I will cast you into the desert. Oscho that called the Gasio Recho, you and all of your fish. I'll say, I saw their tipo, and you will die on the face of the field. That's always the description of defeat in war. And the defeat in war will be that you will all be dead. Lo seosei felo sigoves. You shall not be gathered. You will not be buried. You will be allowed to wither away in the sun. I will give your flesh to the birds of the heavens, to the vultures, and to the predators, to the scavengers, the animals that prey upon corpses, upon carrion. And they will all eat you, and that will be your destruction. This harps upon a basic idea which exists in the ancient world, an idea that's recorded in Judaism very strongly, and that is that burial is a form of comfort and forgiveness and kapara for the person. And that if a person somehow does not come to burial, so then there is a discomfort, there is a dislocation involved. And that's why in halacha such great efforts are always placed upon finding the body and burying it. Kuras Yisrael, burying it in Jewish tradition, why it plays such an important role. In the ancient world, that was true generally. You see the great pyramids and the great monuments and mausoleums and tombstones and all throughout, everywhere in the ancient world, in Egypt especially. And in Egypt, they believed that when one, especially the royal king, died, so then he didn't really die, he went to a different place, and they had luxurious palaces that they were buried in. In Egypt, there's a place called the City of the Dead, which is literally a city where the emperors were buried. And they were given the finest of food and the most expensive of furnishings. That's why all the graves were robbed over the centuries, because you knew that there was treasure to be held there. And when this disaster strikes Egypt, then the Egyptians will realize that
Rabbi Wein here is talking about Jewish burial, and in general, burying a dead, a nifter, in Jewish and the world tradition he talks about. Now, in 1968, the submarine Dakar was disappeared, and nothing was known for 31 years. In 1999, somehow they found it. There were no pieces. It went down whole. Now, some of the politicians at the time said they have a kavura. It's good. They're buried in the sea. They spoke all these universal things. And I think people from the Eda Haredis said, what'll it cost? $2 million. Give them a Jewish burial. Bring up the submarine. There wasn't such a thing. But they didn't, but the religious people, and of course the Chiloni people, said nothing about it. They left, and they're still at the bottom of the sea. I think they should all listen to this clip from the haftara We'erah, from berel wein, and they should give these 80 soldiers, whatever it was, a Jewish burial. Okay, thank you. And this is Shabbos and Tvorachim. Be well, anybody that hears this, and all the Jewish people.